The Inside the Dam podcast is brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Check out Papa John's Pizza at 200 South Broadway Street in Minot for their deals and student discounts. And also, check out KMSU Channel 19's YouTube page every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the Inside the Dam podcasts.
Hello, and welcome into another episode of the Inside the Dam podcast here with KMSU Radio and Minot State Athletics. I'm your host, Tayton Hjelmstad, for this episode, and pleased to be joined by Minot State's own wrestler, Ethan Wonser. Ethan, how are we doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for having me.
All right, Ethan. So you guys are just coming off the inter-squad duels yesterday. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
It's always fun to get the season started like that. All the guys get to have some matches, and it's kind of just a good way to start the season. It's pretty fun.
And you're a senior this year, big milestone in life. Talk about what mainly off the mat. What has your experience been like, kind of at Minot State?
Off the mat, I'm from North Dakota, so it's pretty nice being close to home, and I have family here in Minot. But off the mat, the campus is great, the facilities are great, and it's just been real easy.
And like you mentioned, you're from Tioga, North Dakota. Talk about some of the advantages that has brought to you in your collegiate career. Like you said, having to have family close by and be able to watch your collegiate career as well.
Yeah, it's great having my family at the home duels, and that's great. And then I've always had a connection with Coach Forty since I was in high school, going to like Minot State camps. So it was good to build that connection early and kind of get used to the program.
You touch on the player wrestler coach connection. How does that kind of dive into the recruiting process? What kind of drew you to Minot State initially?
Wrestling's a really individual sport, so I think it's important to have a good relationship with your coach. As far as the recruiting aspect of it, I think that it's important for the coaches to build good relationship with recruits and the freshmen that are coming in early so that they feel welcome here, since it's an individual sport, like I said. So it's important that they feel comfortable with their teammates and coaches and just where they're at. You're
coming into your senior season, 35 wins overall in your career. Kind of build on what that success has meant to you.
I think it's been a process. This is my 5th year here, so I've only competed 4 years, but just year by year we've gotten better, and the program itself has gotten better, and we've added a lot of young talent that pushes the guys that have been there for a while, and we're in the toughest conference in the NSIC, so it's always good competition. It's easy to get better as you compete.
Yeah, and touch on how the conference demands. How does that help you to even succeed even further?
Well, the bar is set high when you're competing against NSIC teams, and if you want to do well, you really have to be all in, or else it's not worth it. It's kind of a cutthroat game in the NSIC, really is.
And you also have 4 wins in 3 seasons wrestling at the Super Regionals. Touch on what is the difference between the postseason competition versus the regular season?
Well, the postseason competition is really what it all comes down to, and that's a lot of times it's kind of a surprise for some of the guys that do well at that tournament, because it's a matter of bringing your A game for that tournament and showing up when it matters, and it's always fun because everybody's there to compete at their best, and everybody's well prepared, so it's important to be well prepared.
And you're entering your senior season here this year. Fairly young team around you. What can you touch on a little bit in terms of the leadership aspect? What do you bring to the table?
Oh yeah, it is a really young team. We lost like 6 of our 10 starters last year, and this is my 2nd year in a row being a captain, so it is important, like I was talking about with the coach and the freshman relationship. It's just as important with the leadership as far as captains and the freshmen. But it's been smooth because all the freshmen are all really dedicated and motivated, so it's easy to help those guys reach their goals, and it's going to be a fun season, so I'm excited.
You opened up the season with your inter-squad duels yesterday. And now you got a little bit of a lull before you open up in the Jimmy Open. Touch on what that tournament brings for you guys.
That's a good tournament too. All the red shirts get to compete, so it's fun. We have all our guys out there, and it's a good way to start the season. And if you win, you get a sword, so that's cool. It's motivating.
Then looking a little bit later on in the month, you start your home schedule with Beaver Bash duels. What's it like having kind of a home tournament, so to speak?
Beaver Bash duels is fun. I think the women usually compete alongside of us, so a lot of fans come, and it's nice to be close to home. And it's always good to have home duels. The Dome is awesome.
Your first individual standalone duel against UMary at home coming up in December 5th. Talk about what the Marauders bring to the table.
They're a tough team, but it's always fun hosting them, and it's fun traveling to wrestle them in UMary as well. But we'll have them here this year, and it'll be a fun duel. They'll bring a lot of students to support them, so hopefully we can do the same and match it. Be a good duel.
Yeah. And finally, touch on what is kind of the differences between, being a high school wrestler, managing that schedule of being a student athlete versus the college level.
I think once you get to college, wrestling is already an individual sport, but once we get to college, everybody's kind of like they've earned their spot to be here, so it's even more individualized. You just have to make sure you're doing the right things and controlling what you can control and get better every day and trust the coaches and trust the process.
Well, Ethan, that's all the questions I got for you here tonight. Good luck as you open up your season.
Thank you. Roll Beefs.
And again, that was wrestler Ethan Wonser from Tioga, North Dakota, joining us here on the Inside the Dam podcast presented by Papa John's.